but
It's back up
it
again.
hasn't passed that week.
You're Aussie, yeah. Let's focus on these ones. Okay. So let me just adjust some of these zones. Just going to put in
On the 1 minute, it's just been riding the 50 EMA the whole way up from that double bottom. Yeah, that's been quite nice actually. Apart from that one that.
Yeah, to me when that happens,
took us out.
Oh yeah, when that happened, that tells me low volume and algorithms are just trading.
Is that you had the 1 minute 50 EMA on there, did you?
Yeah.
Bouncing nicely off the 20 and the 50 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so pull back now.
Yeah. Double top. Yeah, I said it closed above, but it didn't pass that week.
My pivot point again, Hayden.
Is it? You love those pivots.
Yeah. It's just hard to ignore.
Yeah. They seem to work out quite nicely.
Quite often they land on a monthly level though. Or
Yeah,
at least a 50% of the previous session or a high of the previous session. They're very, very similar.
So the range right now is more or less from here to inside of here.
What's this Haydos on hour? Yeah.
Yeah. So like this candle here, this big wick up, they grabbed a lot of liquidity and then forming that support, confirmed support. That's the range, but then you've got little levels inside of that. So what we're getting is like a little squeeze. But we'll find something. Just got to let it... Ideally, I'm looking for something underneath this area.
Yeah.
So like we've seen the Asian session.
Me too.
Has gone... Asian session was bullish.
This one was London Open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, London Open. So Asian session had the most volume, as usual. And then, like it's crazy. Asian session and then London session. Asian session. Oh, yesterday was a bit different. But a lot of the time, London session's been trash. Okay, but Asian session.
But the spread in Asian session is just insane.
Oh, it's only the first hour, isn't it? It shouldn't be too different.
It was like 14 this morning.
What time though?
Any
time before 10:30 will be like that. Yeah, that's normal. Because the market opens at 9 at the moment for Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney, Melbourne. So between 9 and 10, the spread's going to be high. From 10:30, it'll start to settle down a little bit.
So what was it last night with the news, and Ivan said that the spread would be insane. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, when the news first comes out.
But
yeah, only momentarily. It's just like there's been times that in the first few minutes around, or even seconds, say the minute before and the minute after that news release comes out, you can have heavy spikes. You don't see it on the chart. You just, because unless you've seen the bid and the ask price, the two lines, but this could widen dramatically. And there's been times like just around the news that this has widened. I think it was Locke who was in here, that actually his trade was stopped out because the spread widened 40 pips for like a split second. So on his terminal, I think it was maybe it was Euro. I think it was Euro Aussie actually. It just looked like this candle, and then pushing down. But the little trade marker to show where his trade was. Luckily, he had entered here, but it went across, and then it had like the little flag saying, you know, that's where you got stopped out. But price, there's actually nothing here, not even a wick. It just looked randomly like the market had just, with a terminal, the broker just closed the trade. And if you get the tick data, it shows that the spread for like 0.001 of a second went from here up to here, took him out, and then went to target 3-1, I think. And it's fairly normal. But you wouldn't. This is a bit annoying because you didn't even see a wick, nothing. It just randomly looked like you couldn't explain it. A little bit different to Dave's trade.
Was there any news at that time?
Okay.
Yeah, it was CPI. Oh, yeah, I think it was CPI again.
Oh.
But this was a few months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, Dave's trade was
Days ago.
yeah. Where was it? This one.
That was the one where he moved the stop loss to break even.
Yeah.
That's the one. I went to bed
Yeah.
expecting a 4-1 when I woke up and the bastard trashed me.
Yeah. But it was.
Oh, so you moved it to break even though?
No, but you got
Yeah,
slipped.
but
You
I got
slipped out
slipped.
there, didn't you?
I got slipped, so I had 22 point. My stop loss initially was 20 pips, and I got stopped out 22 pips.
So even if you left it, it still would have been stopped out.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's even worse that you moved it and got. Didn't you? Did you lose much more?
No, it was I'm only doing $10 a pip at the moment, so 220 instead of 200. But
Yeah.
oh well, it should have been 0 because it was break even. But hey ho.
Yeah.
I'll smart on that for a couple of days and then I'll start again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on your prop, Dave.
Say again, sorry?
You're on your prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, at least it was.
Response from David. So
Yeah, Dave Long. Gosh. Okay.
there you go.
Alrighty, so let's formulate a plan for pound US. It's a little bit tricky. I'm expecting it just to continue going with the flow, pushing up to eventually fill this wick, or maybe even get to this area again. 4 hour, we've seemed to have formed that support now. We've retested the monthly level. We're pushing up. We've got this little liquidity, attempted liquidity candle. So this neckline could be a little bit problematic. 1 hour, we've just got nice structure at the moment. And we've got this nice rounded bottom. So what would be nice if we could, maybe we've already missed the retest opportunity, but can we get continuation? Oh.
Snap.
Gosh. No, it's my, bloody hell. It's my antivirus. When I did my update for the computer, it, I think, I don't know what I've done, but somehow I've got it to periodically, every few days, clear my browser history, cache, all that kind of stuff. But I think I didn't mean to do browser history. I didn't mean to do cache. I just meant to like clean up like tracking cookies, all that kind of stuff, that broken registries, like little things like that help the market move, make my charts move a bit better. But now what it does is like it logs me out of everything. I'm just a real pain. So I need to turn. I thought I found that setting to turn it off, but all of a sudden it'll just randomly close down and it'll say, "Hey, we just did a full clean for you. Thanks." Okay, so we've got a little doji liquidity candle. We've got doji liquidity candle here. So we have some key levels. I mean, not key levels, sorry. We've got some POIs. London session. Can we get a late London move? So kind of hesitant to get into any buys because the buys started from down here for London. And now we're pushing up into this wick. I would prefer to go counter. But for that, what I'd need to see, I'd want to see this broken. Price push up. Maybe it might not happen for another hour. Otherwise, if this is just going to be the retest, then that's the kind of level I'm looking to hold. 5-minute structure. We've got this not very pleasant drift kind of structure. We've got price fail to break the high, so that if price is breaking this low, it meant there wasn't enough liquidity to push and create new higher high, higher low structure. So maybe we're going to be pushing deeper to be able to form that. We've got a doji here to be taken. So maybe we could see price come down as low as this.
Liquidity candle there.
Got a little liquidity. So this one kind of, this doji was the retest of this liquidity candle.
50% of that doji is typically.
I can't really hear you, mate.
Sorry, maybe the 50% of that bottom doji wick.
I'm treating that as, I wouldn't be looking at the wick, like the 50% of the wick. I'd be looking for the whole thing to be taken. We've got another doji along here. This is where London entered market for buys. I'm going to keep an eye on Euro Aussie. Because we are getting into this structure here. Girl's doing nothing. Pound yen might be the easier one actually. Can't looking across this line. What I'll wait for on this is like a little bullish candle first to create that little support, and then see if something can close underneath it, and then try to take it down. It won't be very good risk reward, but it would just be going with the momentum into this zone. I'll have to try remember to look across that. Hopefully this can be the fake out. I do prefer sells, given that I think there's limited upside here. Or actually, if this candle can close bearish like this, then looking for a support to be formed, either at the key level into this little zone or this POI, and then we can retest this high. Anything closing above that, if you don't want to take the retest, then anything closing above here, then I think we can get that steady move until pre-NY. The London range is currently it'll be easier to take clean candles back down. Sure. Like if I know we've got structure here on the way up, on the way down, it's following this pathway. So we've got two lots of structures here, and then this whole little area across here. So is this just forming a support to push up and do a second structure pullback, or is this going to actually form that resistance to retest this low, and eventually, if we can break underneath it, then I'd be looking for something like that. But just gonna have to play the waiting game. this is structure as well. Microstructure. So our price bounced off the top first. Pull back. Nasty little wick. Then we close inside of it. Clean candles. And then it filled that area. And if we go a time frame up, go 5 minutes. Oh, it's just not very nice. 15 minutes, we've just got price steadily pushing up. But buys make sense in this one. Worst case scenario would be if price broke under here and then this monthly level held as a resistance and then we just started bouncing around in here. So if we can break into here, if I was going to give this a go, first go, I'd want to see decent candle confirmation price action, doji plus liquidity candle, or price closing back above here. Or if price just sunk, then I could give it a go here or down here for enter. And if price was able to hold, I don't quite trust that this candle is going to be filled just yet, but I will be aware of the fact that it could do it. So if I need to trade manage, I think I'd be pretty quick on the finger to get out of anything. One thing I haven't checked is German 40. Okay, I'll keep an eye on this level. What I want to see is something go down and then take it down. Monthly level I know is there, but I would trade down to about this level. So pathway could follow like this. Gosh, look at that. Something along those lines. Gold's rejecting. Your Aussie's rejecting. Pound stuck.
That would take it back up to the Asian high, Hayden.
Yeah. I just don't think this is enough range to play in up here. Kind of wish this candle was had a little bit more information for me.
Like what?
Like a bit of a longer wick, or
Yeah.
like maybe a better touch of this monthly level.
Yeah.
I think trades at this time are going to be a bit more smaller risk reward, just because the range is a little bit tighter. So this candle is about to close. That'll be a 30-minute coming to an end. Hour candle is more like a doji. It's more like a nothing. So let me just hide all this. Bit of a nothing candle. So it's kind of forming its own little range inside. So I'd like to see fake outs from the bottom to go back up. Or if we're going to break out, we've got a little bit of distance between here to up here. But it's only like 20 pips, so it's not enough. 15 pips, not enough of a range. Let me just reply to this. It's like yen's the one that's moving the most out of all the pairs. CAD yen, Aussie yen, Euro yen, pound yen, Wickfill, Kiwi
Gold
yen.
did a 5-minute FU retest.
Gold did?
Yeah, but I didn't took. This is 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. This side. Good. There is a 5-minute FU.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah.
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 So it took the 50% of the body.
And this liquidity is also grabbed. Now it will go up.
Okay, catch you, Dave. Yeah, so I was thinking was the easiest way for play gold is just play the range.
Yeah, I didn't took it. It was not the right time to take trade, and there is FOMC also. I can get stuck in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a small range.
I'd rather see something try break and come back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're on the 30-minute, that's like a double bottom. So there could be more liquidity just sitting underneath here. So I'd rather see a bit more of a significant sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's not too close to NY open, which is only like 2 hours away.
Entry on 1 minute, I think the stop loss was very small. When you entered there,
like 6 pips, 5
stop
pips.
loss was 3-4 pips.
3 or 4 pips. But do you add spread onto that?
Yeah, for including a spread.
Oh my gosh.
I like all those entries with 3-4 pips pips stop loss.
Yeah.
It's, this one was your stop loss just below this area, London low, and place buy over here. And there was 1 minute FU also over here. This liquidity got taken over here by this candle, and from there price went up. There was one doji also on 1 minute, and it didn't took that doji before going up, and again price came down and took doji and liquidity grab, and then it went up 20 pips.
On gold still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one doji. I was looking at that area. I thought why it is leaving that doji and going up, but it took that doji later on.
1 minute again?
Yeah. Zoom little bit. Yeah. This one was not taken.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But price came down later on, and it grabbed liquidity and went up.
Catch you, Glenn. Yeah.
See you, Gleno.
Slow as.
I was just about to get you to explain the 1 minute on the Aussie, on the Euro Aussie, but it's already taken off.
Okay.
It had, I don't know, a couple of dojis, and then I thought it was reversing, and yeah, it's going long again now. Right on the trend line.
On the 1 minute.
Yeah.
I just think it's such low volume right now that what we've got is a bit of this squeeze going on.
Mm-hmm.
So the range is just getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yep.
So like when it is such low, like when price is just really drifting, I don't trust the lower time frames as much. Like you can get these little micro structures if you got clean, like the same thing is what you look for in clean candles, like up here, clean candles up, clean candles down, clean candle down, clean candle up. But then when you've got all this like little, see how price consolidates a little bit and then it comes down, double bottom, pushes up, fails to break these highs. We did have clean candles up, and then we had some clean candles down. Now we got these other little rejection points. It's just picking up orders.
Yeah.
It's not really showing anything like this would be like day-to-day movement on the lower time frames, but in terms of like, do we have enough information to take a trade from that? Personally, I don't. Not going to say that there isn't a trade. It's just for me, my eyes don't see anything that I'd want to enter into any risk.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see is a little bit more higher time frame confirmation. I'm sure there are people that definitely can trade this.
Yeah, for sure.
But it kind of just looks messy.
Yeah, got a few of my stop losses the other night, so
Yeah.
I'm a bit weary.
Yeah, good idea to be wary. Okay, so maybe gold will give us a little... Coming back down now to this area. But it's like since 7:30, so it's been nearly 4 hours that gold has been just taking these bodies into from the bodies where the bulk of the movement is. 16, 17 pips for nearly 4 hours. If we're looking at the wicks from wick down, the entire range, 36 pips. I'm only going to enter a trade where I think I can get like a 50 pip potential. So we're going to need some volume enter into the market.
Yes.
What about pound Aussie? It's another volatile one. All my zones aren't really lining up right now. So do we have any order blocks being established around an area? Oh, this is looking interesting. So we took the high. Now we're starting to break these lows. So now how low are you going to go? You could get around and say that was a doji, this candle. Let me just zoom in on everything, make it a bit bigger and clearer. So this one, we could say it's a doji. Body's smaller than the wicks, or the top wick anyway. This one took that high and now it's looking like a liquidity candle. So it's taking the liquidity that's sitting above this resistance, and now we're pushing down. So it's just a liquidity grab with volume to push price down to better buy points to be able to then go long? Or is that saying that sellers are entering the market and that we could get a retest and then continue pushing down? There's two sides to that. For me, what I'd be saying is it's doing a liquidity grab to push price down to better buy points to push back up. That's the bias I want to go with. And that's what I'm looking for, a long trade with the right. Now, if it's getting to my zone of interest, now I'm looking for the price action to support that idea. And my job as a trader is just to try execute on my bias with confidence and not let any adverse event affect my psychology leading into the next trade. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But it can be disappointing when you see all these trades and you just realize that your bias was wrong and the opportunity was in front of you, or in front of me, but I was seeing the wrong things, or seeing not the wrong things, but I just wasn't seeing the actual move, because the way human psychology is like I'm looking for things that support my idea, but I need to try as well look at ideas and price action that is going against to try look at it from try have a neutral bias and look at it from both sides. That can be very difficult. But the main thing for me is just I've got a preference to go long. Now I just need to try see some of the warning signs, but then also see the thing that gets me into the trade that I want to see, and then execute on it. If I can execute on it, the right spot with the right price action, generally I should be able to get my risk out before it can go wrong on me. But it's trading and the price is always right. So we shall see. So this is the first 15 minutes of that 1 hour candle. Has closed now. So the hour candle, the first one was like a doji. First one never actually took the high of the 1 hour candle and is pushing down. So a little bit of hidden liquidity inside of here. But is this just... Well, it's done the 50% pullback now for London. So right, so if we're looking at the 30-minute.
And daily is bullish, and in 4 hour it grabbed liquidity from a 4 hour doji, and it went up. I think it is doing retracement to push price up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah. So Asian session was here. This was your Asian session, and Euro. Did Euro take it? Was this candle lower? So the lows 1.23419, 1.234. No, okay. Euro didn't take the Asian low, but we took the Asian high. Now we're coming back down towards more or less the Asian high, but we've also got the London 50% just here. So I don't want to say that London 50%, this green line, was as deep a pullback as it's going to go. I don't want to execute on this. I don't trust this yet. But that would be a normal, like if I was taking a typical gold trade for me at this time between 10:30 and 12, would be let London make a low, let London make a high, and then wait for resistance to come back down to London 50%. That's a very, very typical move. It did. It just did that, indeed.
Is that just for gold, Haydos, or for everything?
Most of my backtesting was on gold, but price, like, for this time, gold, you'd probably see the same thing on XXX cross USD, or USD cross. As in like US yen, US CAD, US Swiss.
Yeah.
And then other side, Aussie, US, New Zealand, US. Euro US, pound US. But because it's not really gold moving this price action, it's more to do with USD. So it should be replicated on both sides. But also it'll depend on what economical news was coming out in that day. But we just see like here, pound US did something similar. But if we're looking at gold didn't do really much of anything today. So it's easier when you have had a bit of a trend. We have had a bit of a trend on pound because we had British news. So that did lead to a little bit more volatility. We've got this push up from Euro to London, and then we had the pullback. So this grey box now, what I'd love to see, if we're looking at lower time frame structure, because we did have this drift sort of style structure, price is testing it quite a bit. I'd like to see something like a little bullish sign here, little tiny green or blue candle close, and then I'd like to see it crack inside of it like an egg and then test the bottom, because there's a little bit of liquidity left under here. So this is where I was like, how deep is this going to go? It's awkward when it's sitting here or here, because it's just trading from the top of first structure, where I'd rather take a trade on second structure, but the structures aren't really defined here. I don't treat this as support, because once price pulled back and created that support didn't actually lead to any higher closes. So this support is not my primary level of support, if that makes sense. First level of support. I've got a key level here, the monthly level, so that's why price is sensitive around this level. But my first level of support is really where price did like some sort of liquidity grab and led to a higher close. So I don't like this drift structure. It makes it a little bit confusing for me, but this would be my first level of support. My second level of support would be, I'd want to go probably one time frame higher, but I would be leaning most likely to around about across here. That would sort of make sense for me on this time frame. The deeper it goes, the smaller we can go for a stop loss, and the higher we can get. Like, I mean, if this just pushes down, there's still a good probability that even if I'm on the wrong side of the market, it'll do a pullback and then down. So can I capitalize on this part of the move? It might not be the move I'm hoping for, the one that go to the back up to this area to do the wick fill on the daily. It might just say, we've formed resistance, now we're going to form a lower high, and then maybe then on the higher time frame, like say 30 minutes, 1 hour, it's actually going to be a bit of a deeper pullback. Either way, it's like if our execution's on point, we get in where we want, rather than hesitating, then all we can do is enter our trade, and trust that what we were seeing when we were sort of like just being patient, waiting for price to come down to a level of interest. Are our eyes spotting the correct levels of interest? Yes or no? If it's a good level of interest, it should at least have some sort of reaction. But sometimes it can be very difficult.
Hayden, can you explain about the monthly line impact?
Yeah, it's just like the end of the month is when you get like the first Friday of every month, which will more or less be in the day 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the month. That's when you get the US unemployment news, or the US employment news, sorry, the labor reports. And so because news comes out, gets leaked, and they have like forecasted expectations of what it is, you'll find that when the monthly candles come into a close, then that's also when like banks and institutions are sort of rebalancing their books. So where the monthly candle closes at is always going to be a sensitive level. So it's
even in the middle of the month.
Yeah, anytime during the month, there's always going to be a bit of a sensitive level. Like we can see that price often has these little hits across. So like you see how, like, you know, this is the middle of the month, and look, this monthly level, support, 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 support.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're just a nice levels for you to use as a target. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you could put a line across anywhere on the chart, and what all it does is draws your eyes into a particular level, and then it just makes you a bit more focused around that level, looking for what you need to see. The monthly levels are just one of those things that I can validate that it is. It seems to be a monthly level that holds up, right? And then, especially when you get like 3-month levels, like if I went and just did 3 months, this is when you get quarterly business reports. So there's a lot of black lines on here, but you'll notice that a lot of them will still hold as well. One test you can do is, like, say, pick, let's pick, I have to do it very quickly, but let's look at Aussie yen. And what we'll do is replay. Actually, let me just randomly pick, let me do it after this.
Yeah, sure.
But what you can do is on the monthly, line up all the monthly closes, replay data, and then just play it and watch the candles tick by and watch how they respect the monthly levels. I'll do it after this. I'm just keeping an eye because this is what I want to see. I want to see this is the bullish candle. I don't want it to go up from here because it did close inside of, because we have got that bullish candle. I do want to see this candle broken and then push up. Sometimes here though, this is where I do hesitate and I'll miss the move. If it just pushes up and away, I'm going to say that it's annoying, but this level did hold, but I am actually wanting to look for that deeper pullback.
It might happen later.
It could, yeah, it could. But I'm hoping that this is the pullback zone. Hello.
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Sarah. Oh, I think she's on the phone.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Yeah, not everyone from Australia, but most are.
It's 11:27 a.m. in London. It is very good time for you, Hayden.
Yeah. There's a few from the UK here as well.
Yeah.
There was one. Dave who left was in, I think he's in WA. So it's a good time as well.
4:57 p.m. in India.
As well.
Yeah, India's got a good time zone as well.
Yeah, you can trade Asian also.
Yeah.
Dave's the FIFO worker, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah.
Rob is.
Rob
yeah,
is?
Rob is. That's right. Rob's
Rob.
the FIFO.
Yeah, Rob is. WA is good time zone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're suffering a bit here.
Yeah, I feel sorry for like the Kiwis.
East Coast.
Oh, Regan just called me. Oh, sec.
Speak to the devil and he shall appear.
Yeah, let me just give him a call. I'm just gonna put myself on mute. I'll keep watching chat, so.
Look at that, sticking on loudspeaker.
Thought you were going to bed, Gleno.
Oh, yeah, but you started being interesting again.
I know. I just want to get a head start and just turning to shit. Oops, is he recording this for YouTube?
Yes. I'll have to edit you out later.
I'm back. Oh, hey Sarah, how are you? No, not different Sarah. Yeah, no, there's two Sarahs here now. One's in the YouTube. Alright, so can we get down here now? It's first bounced off the structure, or this little zone. This is that doji, this is that grey box. This is that doji. So it bounced off the top of it. This time, looking like 15 seconds, we're going to close inside of it. Now there's definitely no buys inside of this zone. It might pop up a little bit, retest the highs, even come out of it, but it should come down to the bottom now that we're inside this range candle. It's too small of a range to take the sells. It's only 8 pips. If this had closed inside and then came up and made a lower high, then maybe you could have taken sells from a bit higher, but still dangerous. While we're waiting for that to play out, German 40 has come down to this area. Didn't hit my alert because this is that grey zone. See how close it was? Now what we want to see is underneath it, and then come back up, and then get comfortable underneath this grey zone. Once it's comfortable under this grey zone, then I think we can take it down. Be careful with the monthly level, but then I think we can come down to, it'll be about 90 pips down to like this area, which is cleaner on the 4-hour time frame. Kind of the same thing. It's like all these wicks here. These wicks are potential rejections. So we want to see price just be comfortable in here, bounces around a few times, forming a little resistance, and then once it's in here, it can fill this wick, and then eventually come down to the support, and then the target's a little bit above that support. Euro Aussie must still be far out, man. So started the stream here, 10, and then it's just been oscillating in like a 15 pip range. Just typical, man. This is just, sometimes, you know, I was thinking not even doing streams. I was thinking, you know what? All of last week, late London sucked. And the move was happening at like 7 a.m. And then I was like, okay, so this week I'll get up early. I'll stop doing that late London. I'll start focusing on more on early London. And then early London has been trash as well. And then the late move came, like I just seem to have got into trades. Not today and not yesterday, but late London. So Monday, I got up early. I got up early for me. But around here, this was the London Open, so 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. 2 hours, we were just going in 30 pips. And then by the time that this candle, 10:30, when I normally do my stream, gave a liquidity grab, started breaking above this resistance, and had a cleaner range to go up. By that time, 2 hours, 3 hours is too much to be sitting at the computer at once. So missed the late London move when London Open just seems to be watching me.
Seems to be getting a couple of really good moves around the 3 p.m. Sydney time. So just before the end of the Sydney session, it goes, you get a nice pullback.
Yeah, so that's 4 a.m. UK time, 5 a.m. Yeah, late Asian. Yen's been moving nicely, so gold's threatening to break out. German 40, I want it to travel down. Euro Aussie can do what it wants. Pound Aussie. Sorry, pound US. Okay, see how it came up? Broke above here again, formed the little top wick. That's totally normal. I can't type anything. I need to sign into chat. Oh, is that how I do it? So it'd be an easy way to do it anyway. So what have we got? 15 15-minute candle. This is the new 15-minute. So it created like a little bit of an order block. The 30-minute has done that little range candle in itself. And at the moment, we're just struggling a little bit underneath that 30-minute range candle. I don't want to trust these buys yet. Funny how price action will work on any time frame. Like, what's the 49-minute time frame look like? Liquidity candle on the 49-minute. That's what I mean. Like, price action is price action. 49-minute candle. Retest of the high of the 50%. That's why price action is king.
Gold is at 1 minute FU candle 50%, but I think it will go down.
Yeah, I want to see it leave and come back up, or leave a candle like something like this. I don't care what color it is, but then the easy one would be underneath that. Is Pascal still here? Okay, I'll show you. I think we've got a little bit of time to wait. What I'll show you, let's pick a random pair. Euro New Zealand. Clear this. Delete all drawings. Okay. Go monthly. Replay 1, 2, 3, 4. So taking the last 4 months out, load it up. So you see what we've got here is July. So if we go do monthly levels on the closes, have I missed any in this last year and a half? That's all of them. Okay, so it looks like very cluttered lines here. But when you go to, say, the 30-minute, they're much more spaced out now. So we can see that you've got like more or less 80 to between 80 and 100 pip spaces between them. Some a little bit more, some are smaller, but more or less this is your monthly closes. So now if we just watch how price, if I push play, will seem to just like respect, like we'll test, break above it, come back, retest the support, go up to the next one, and you could trade monthly level to monthly level. This is just one way of looking at things. If we just push play. Okay, see a little break, retest, push up. It's just hovering around this level, monthly level to monthly level, come back down. Okay, reject off the monthly level, now retest, monthly level. Okay, broke above, broke underneath. Hovering around it again. This is 10th of August now. So, see it's sensitive?
Yep.
So it's just one thing to look at. Like, you use it as one of your tools. So a lot of the time I'll look at monthly level to monthly level. On lower time frames as well, you can get a lot of sensitivity to these. Like, see how it's hanging around? Typical head and shoulder pattern. But if you can use monthly levels or these higher time frames as a like a guide, you don't just trade them blindly. You put in other pieces like session timing, higher time frame analysis, market open, like Asian open, Asian close, Asian 50%, London open, London close, London 50%, all those little pieces. And then if you can get a confluence of things happening around with a monthly level, then you can usually execute like a decent little move from it. That way it's not so much naked trading, but you are using, price action with also logic. Why is it working? It's because businesses, stocks, all of them, whenever they're going to come to a close in the monthly cycle, they need to balance the books, they need to buy and sell currencies, all that kind of stuff. So you'll get a good idea where the demand is for a currency by the end of the month. So they will become psychological important levels later on as well, because traders will see lines in the chart. Maybe not banks and institutions, they wouldn't use a candle chart like this, but they'll know like, okay, well, when price was at say 1.65, that was a good level where price, a lot of buying and selling took place. So you see resistance, support. So now this level, the more buying and selling activity that took place around 1.65 is now be another target in the future. So it's pretty interesting. Sometimes you can just watch chart, and when you get these ones close together, price can really get stuck and just hover. I'll probably come back down to it. Oh no, this is when Euro went on a run. Let's see, support, bouncing up. Anyway, that's how you use them, and they don't take that long. I set this chart up in pretty quickly. Only took me like a minute or so. Just use magnet. Magnet's a tip.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Haydo, how'd you get all of your toolbar down the bottom of TradingView?
This down here. Do you can drag it.
All the
move
lines
it where
up
you want.
on the left.
Oh, I see.
All of my stuff's up the left. I've got nothing down the bottom.
Click. Oh, so this. So when you click on some of these things.
Yep.
See, I've got like a little star. Have you starred anything?
Yeah.
You have starred?
I haven't, no.
Okay, if you star something, it should come up like a little toolbar.
Yep.
If it's not coming up in this little toolbar, that means this option down bottom left is not selected.
Yep. So I've got to select the little star at the bottom left, which will then give me an option to select which ones I like in that box.
Yeah, you should be able to star any of these, I think.
Yes.
But if you star down there and then you star the ones you like, it'll put it into a floating toolbar.
Sweet. Other question I had too, you've got looks like a little speech bubble from a comic that you put your stuff in. What's that tool?
Speech.
So you've got like, when you put a note down, you can...
Oh, a call out. It's a call out. I know what you mean. Like this.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Was it called a call out?
Yeah, it's under...
I'll have a look for that.
Where is it? This one. So it might not be that, because it's the last one I've selected. That's why it's got the call out little button, but it might be text. It might be a T on yours if you haven't used it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so the little arrow, click on the little arrow, and then it's this one there, call out.
Okay, sweet. Call out.
You can get price notes and price labels as well. They're all pretty good. So price label would be like this.
Been meaning to ask you about that call.
Yeah, all good.
How does that look like that? But yep, sweet.
Yeah, that's nice and clean. Make sure whenever you're doing these things to use like TradingView's full features, set templates. So you can see like if I've got like a black screen or something, I can use. So you can change that, because sometimes like just to make things interesting when you're waiting, you've got a lot of time to kill. So what we can do is we've got that color scheme. Can have light gray color scheme, retest, yellow, just green and white. So save drawing templates as you like them. That's a big tip.
I'll ask that one again, but yeah, no worries. I'll get one lesson at a time. Right?
Yeah. So whenever you save something and you got it that you like, the color, whatever it is, then just save as something. You can.
Yeah, I've done a few templates for like some notes and like information lines and stuff like that for my Asian highs, Asian lows.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you just do it for everything.
Same templates for that, but
yeah,
right, getting there.
Yeah, mate. It's the template feature is very, very good.
Oh, mate, everything on this program's a good thing.
Yeah, they're one of the you can actually. I think they're a public company now. So TradingView stock. I'm not sure what it is, but it's huge. TradingView. What's the dollar? Oh, stock. Dollar. What is it? Stock price. Oh, maybe it isn't a public company. I thought it was. After raising 300. Oh, a private offering. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just a private still. Anyway, they're worth loads now.
Oh, mate. They are good.
Everyone basically uses it. So you see on all, I do admire the ones that still just use the regular MT4, MT5 to trade from. But you need to have a very simple trading strategy to be able to do that. Like, one of the guys, I'd learnt a lot from Raja Banks. He used to do everything on TradingView, and now he just does everything on his terminal. But his style is very simple. Very simple, and his candle readings are excellent. But most people use this. You're locking, yeah, 100%. Like locking all these lines. That's the one thing. Is like, did I move that then? Maybe I did. Oh no.
Even being able to move them's easier. Everything's easier.
Yeah, expanding it left and right. But locking that.
Got your trigger.
So much easier.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, good. So the hour candle's just about to close now. So I want to see it pull into here a little bit. What's gold doing? 15 seconds left. Problem now.
Hey.
Yeah, mate.
I was going to say, have a look at the German. It's exploded.
Up it from here, gosh.
It bounced off the 200 on the hour.
Oh, the 200.
Yeah, I was gonna take it, but it just took off of me.
200. What time frame?
1 hour.
It did indeed. That's the zone. I was actually looking for it to go down. Why was I looking for it to go down? I think at the time was easier for it to go down, but that was the sensitive zone. You can see across the board how sensitive this area has been. All along here. You have 200 EMA is something that you add, and it's in that zone, then 100%, you know, that's confluence. Because it doesn't often get to a 200 EMA. Like there's a lot of time in between that you get where price is away from it. But it's the same thing. It's like anything that, if you're using, like I use horizontal lines, but if you're using like a line that sort of moves with price, it's still just that, it's a line. So if it lines up with price action and areas, you know, what's the harm in giving it a go? Risking a little bit to make, you know, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1 more. Makes sense. Okay, gold. Can we get something similar to Euro Aussie? It would need to follow something like that for me. No, are you planning something right now? But I would prefer to play the range in this. So 1 hour closed. Like this. So we have a little support across here. Next one's underneath here. Let's create a little resistance. So can we get something to break and then just come back up? If we can get above these wicks, then the next level resistance is up here. So we've got R1, R2, S1, S2. Then we've got a lot of clean candles underneath. We've got this like little imbalance. So clean traffic would be underneath here. And you probably get some little reactions from these lines. I wonder if I do a cowboy trade. Need to keep an eye on both. You're Aussie. Gosh, man, you're Aussie. It's just ranging. Still, pound US. Let's see if we can get some volume to pick up. Gold, I could potentially do a cowboy trade. I want to see price action like 1805. So times this. No. Oh, 1815 I'm looking at. Like this. That's what I'm looking for. I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to turn this off. I think I need to go do some stuff before NY, which is in about 53 minutes. I don't think, unless it happens in the next. I'll wait for this 15-minute candle to close. And if it's not setting up, then it's getting too close to manipulation around US Open. And I don't want to have a trade open going through it if I'm not be able to close in, or at least like secure some of it. But you can see the range has just been slow as. Yeah, too tired for manipulation. That's what happens. Yeah, you sit here as well. Not just for your time zone, but like you sit here for so long and then you have to deal with it. It's not fun. I think Thursday will be much better trading conditions once there's a bit more clarity in US economics. Yeah, catch it, Glenn. I'm gonna see it 5 more minutes and then I'll probably end. Just want to see if this does get taken. little doji. Is this the move now? I think it could be. You'll see how this 3-minute candle closes. Not touching anything yet. Just want to see this close. Okay. Can we respect the low and break higher? Low risk. Not yet. Okay, if it comes back down. Okay, I'm in now. Want an immediate reaction. Be careful of this area. This will be where I'll look. Oh, I'm moving the wrong thing. This will be where I'll just secure some because of the crappy time to be entering a trade. "15 minutes would have closed in 20 seconds. Be better if we can close above this monthly level. So 12 seconds left. Okay, a little pullback. This is the new 15 minutes, so I can pull back a little bit quick on the 1 minute. So that was the first few seconds of that 15-minute candle. But this 15-minute closed nice and pretty nice. Not the nicest candle, but pretty nice. 123.87. I'll close some. Which will be more or less 1-to-1. I'll either close some or I'll tighten my stop. But ideally I want it to break through this mess. Definitely secure some when you get him back to here again. If it gets there. To 1.24.
I took buy 2.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
I will add on retracement. Do you think it is wiser to add on retracement?
I don't like the timing.
No, okay. Yeah, come on, break previous 15-minute candle high.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's gold doing? Is gold's pushing
gold,
up?
Yeah,
a little
it is
bit.
back inside
yeah.
London session.
So this level here is definitely take profits. But main target is why is this? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on the thing.
It broke I think little more. Yeah, it broke a 15-minute
high.
Previous
Yeah.
15-minute high. Yeah. After
So you're nearly up 1-to-1. Playing such a tight range. My stop was only 7 pips.
yeah.
That was like micro scalping, but small volume. Okay. Oh, not quite 1-to-1. Because of my spread, it's a little bit different.
I will move my stop loss to break even when price will reach this area.
Yeah, yeah, that's the candle I was looking at.
Mm.
Push, push, push. There we are. Come on.
I took buy on a 15-minute candle flip. Your entry is very good.
Where did you get 15 minutes? Oh, up here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so regardless of what happens here, don't let it be full loss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I was so close to taking partial here. I wanted to get to this 87. It was literally half a pip away. There's still the bit of an imbalance here, which I don't want it to retrace too deeply.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have to
How
it
you
does
will
it
manage your risk when this 15-minute candle will break its own low? Will you close some of your position?
Yeah, when it comes back down to my entry, what I'll do is I'll close 50.
Okay.
Like I don't like taking a trade right this time. Plus, if I don't go get lunch now, it means I'm gonna have to eat during NY Open. So I don't really want to do that either. So it's fine for it just to hesitate a little bit. I mean, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
This the thin black line, that was my was it my 4-hour candle? No, what was it on?
Previous 5-minute closed on doji. 5-minute doji. Shit.
This is the monthly level though still, so that's still alright.
Yeah.
So hit in here, I'll close 50, and then I'll give it one candle. If it starts breaking this low, it's got one candle to come back up. If it doesn't do that, then it's not a great time to be entering this. But as long as we can respect the lows of these candles.
Come on, yes. Push. Yeah.
It's like, shit, forgot my kid. Come back down. Come back down to push back up.
Oh yes, push.
Okay, that's good. I like seeing a little bearish candle like that. Because now if we break the high, that's that little resistance. And we can push up higher. But it has to get above that neckline.
Come on. Push. Come on. I will move my stop loss to break even if this candle will break this candle high. On 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Now don't come back. I moved my stop loss to break even. I don't want to lose this trade before FOMC.
Yeah. Push.
Come on, push.
She's pushing with us. Push. So I'm up 1-to-1 now. I've closed 50%. Right here, I close. Can I do?
I'm up only 5 pips. Come on. Push. Six minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. No. Come on. Oh shit, break even.
Oh, did it break even you this then?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Australian people can only trade London session. They can't trade NY session.
Nah,
It's
not in
late
summertime.
for them.
In their summer, it's way too late. In winter, it's around 11:30. The NY Open. Sorry,
Okay.
NYSE Open.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, 11:30 p.m. in Sydney is NYSE, so that's not too late. But in when it's winter time there, then it's no, sorry, in summertime there, it's like 1:30 a.m. Too late.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm in Sydney. Time in Melbourne.
Okay, there's my plan.
Now it is going up. Wow.
That lady needs to help us again. Come on, push. Can I add a picture on here? I think you can now, can't you?
No, you can't put a picture, I think.
I thought we could.
No.
I think I saw a setting. Oh, nice. Come on.
Oh. It actually a spread did my trade break even.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and Vic is not there, and after that it never came back to my break even area.
Here we go.
Come on. Push.
If this is breaking the low, that's not a good sign. This is that wick.
Yeah. A reaction from that area. Yeah.
Come on. Oh, don't do it. 30 minutes about to come to a close.
Yeah.
Showing a bit of rejection.
Yeah, it
This has got to hold, otherwise.
Let's see how 15-minute candle will close. If,
Yeah. So if this is closed now, so it's
15-minute candle closed doji.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can we hold 3 minute to liquidity grab from that area? 15-minute close, shitty candle. So it's likely that we'll come back and test this area now. I've got 30 minutes for this to push back up again, so I can go get. Oh no, okay. So that I just closed 50%. Now it's got one candle to, if it starts breaking its own low and coming back in this zone again, what I'll do, actually I'm going to tighten my stop loss to just here, because I've really got to go get some lunch. If it's breaking its own low again, then I'll just exit this whole thing. So I've only got 25% of this original position running. Man, this would be annoying if this just rockets, but so close 50% at 1-to-1 up in this wick. Came back down to my entry, closed 25% of the original position, which was 50% of what I had left on. Now I've got 25% running. That I've already done this one, but I'll just let this one now, and I'll let the trading gods have it. It's either going to be, either way, it's going to be it's going to be a tiny profit, or it's going to be
wow,
or it could be a good one.
Now it is pushing. Push.
Where's she gone?
Yeah, she didn't want to give birth in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Remove that picture.
Tap my entry. Anyway. Oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna let it do its thing. I've got to scoot. I'm gonna have to go get some lunch. So thanks for being here, buddy. I'll see you later on.
Bye. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Bye. Hey Ivan, you just arrived, and I'm going. All right. Speak soon.